Hey friends, happy Wednesday. It is early, well, almost mid-afternoon. I'm coming on here to get this video recorded now because my husband is on his way. He will be here sometime this evening, hopefully early evening. I am working on my rectangle granny blanket. I'll show you where I'm at real quick, and then we're going to jump into these questions and hopefully finish them up today. So that's where I'm at. I haven't had much time in the last couple of days to put many stitches in this. So that's okay. That's all right. And real quick, thank you everybody for the well wishes. I'm kind of feeling better, kind of not. Yeah, it's just one of those things, right? I'm pushing forward though. I'm driving the ship forward. I'm keeping everything moving. And just as I say that, I'm about ready to start coughing. And I did not bring cough drops in here with me. Okay, so let's power through these questions, shall we? And yeah, I don't know what's going to come for that was a lot of birds. Our weather's been so weird today. It looks like it could snow. It's those big puffy white like clouds you would see with snow. And it's been cold enough. I woke up to rain and cold temperatures, and it's been cloudy all day. It's been the perfect weather to sit in here, stare at the mountains, and put some stitches in this blanket. Anyways, okay, so as I was reading through these questions last night, this morning, excuse me, I noticed that one of the questions is kind of repetitive to one that I answered last night. So if you missed part one of my Q&As, go back and rewatch that video, and you'll see what I mean. But I answered a question, favorite type of yarn, and if so, what kind? And then I have another question on here that says brands of yarn that I dislike and why. And I kind of answered that last night, and just as a recap, I do not like blanket yarns, chenille yarns, any of that kind of stuff. I have a really hard time working with that. I can work with almost any other kind. Premier is probably hands down my favorite yarn of all yarns to work with, followed by like Red Heart and Loops and Threads and Big Twist, Karen, those kinds of things. Even some Hirschner's yarns are okay to work with. So the reason I do not like the blanket and chenille yarns is just, it's like a sensory thing. And then I have a hard time keeping it on my hook, and it's more stress than it's worth on myself. So I prefer to stay away from those yarns. However, they are beautiful. Some of them are beautiful, the colors. So hold on one second. Okay, so hopefully that kind of sums it up. But I do like working with a variety of sizes of yarn. I'm starting to work with thinner yarns like 1s and 2s, and I'm even looking into getting into threads. I love working with medium 4s. However, this time of year, I would love to get into the 5s and 6s as well. And you can get those in, I think it's Premier Puzzle. And there's a Lion brand, Hometown. And then there's also another Lion brand. It's a wool yarn, Wool-Ease. That's a nice thick yarn for me to work with. So, okay, moving on. Favorite things to crochet. This will be super easy. I love to do granny squares, rectangle granny squares into blankets, shawls, scarves, hats. Hold on one second. I'm sorry, it's been one of those days. Yeah, so back to the things I like to crochet. I want to learn how to crochet other things, as I addressed last night, like ponchos and hexie cardigans. And yes, I have watched Craft in a Cuppa. I have watched other hexie cardigan tutorials, and I just cannot wrap my brain around them right now. Not giving up though. I'm going to keep on. So there's that. Top 10 Facebook crochet channels. Now, I do not do a whole lot of Facebook. I have, like Sarah Satch. She has a crochet Facebook page. Posh Pooch Designs, I think it is. Cinnamon Stitches has one. Llama Mom Michaela has one. Crochet Crowd has one. Yarn Inspirations has one. I have some beginner crochet groups that I'm part of, but I do not do much Facebook at all. I tend to get all my crochet stuff from YouTube or Instagram. So yeah, I don't really have, I'm sorry. I'm one of those ones that I pop on Facebook real quick to check a couple of things and I'm off. I do not like Facebook much at all. I have it to keep track with family and that's about it. Okay, have I vlogged a tutorial and would I be interested in doing so if I haven't? I don't find myself to be a good teacher per se. I mean, I have done little things, like how to do a chain, how I learned how to do the corner to corner, but I haven't really vlogged or filmed a tutorial. I mean, I might be open to doing it, just not right now, not at this season of my life. I right now need simplicity. And I feel like doing a tutorial, like an intense, like in-depth tutorial, I don't think I would have the time in the day to be able to do that. Being a full-time caregiver for my mom, it's becoming more and more and more involved. So I'm really having to put some stuff on the back burner. But maybe later on in the future, I would love to even, be considered to do so. So there's that. Most expensive single hank or skein of yarn that I have ever splurged on. Well, I actually have 3. And the first one is this here. And it's actually not just one skein because it came as a set. So if you remember when I went back home to Michigan over the summer, I finally got to go to Michigan Fine Yarns. And I was looking for local hand-dyed yarns when I went to that one and another one in my hometown. And the very first thing I saw when I walked in the door was this yarn here. Okay, there's the story if you want to pause real quick and read that. This is the owner of Michigan Fine Yarns. This is 85% superwash, extra fine merino, and 15% nylon. It is hand dyed in Michigan. So the lady that dyed these yarns is the founder for Michigan Fine Yarns. And this was purchased because I purchased these, let's see, I have my receipt right here. June 28th, 2025 at 11:10 a.m. in the morning. So there is how much I paid for that. Okay. And then I went to my hometown and found out they have a yarn shop there called A Piece of Ewe, like E-W-E, like the lamb. And I finally got my hands on a yarn called the company is Up North Yarns. I don't know if I can get this out of here safely. So it's called Up North Yarns. Hold on one second. It is also hand dyed in Michigan's Upper Peninsula. This was an exclusive yarn for A Piece of You. There's a party going on right here. Superwash 85. It's an 8515 merino nylon fingering weight yarn. Okay, so again, that was purchased there. And for that one, let me see if I can get this. I don't know if I can get this tag back in here, but I'm going to try. Because I had them wind this up nice and tight for me while I was there. Yeah, it's not going in super easy. But here is the yarn. I did buy it a nice little yarn sock when I was there to hold it all together. So that one, I paid $23 for that. For one. I just bought one hank. And like I said, she wound it up for me for free. Thankfully, because I would have been scared to do it. I'm scared to do these mini ones that I have here. And then I have one more that I bought from there. And that's this one. This is a Jewel Spun Aran. And it was this yarn, and this was $20.50. I only bought one. I was on a budget. I was trying to be good. It is in the colorway Northern Lights. How fitting when we just saw the Northern Lights recently. So those are my 3 splurge yarns, I guess you could say. I don't, as I talked about last night, I don't generally buy the bougie yarns. I stick to budget friendly. But it was nice to be able to get my hands on some of those. I will tell you honestly. That's why they're still sitting in bags, because I don't know what to make with them yet. So I know the person that asked this question said single, but those are my only premium bougie yarns that I own. So all right, first item I crocheted or attempted to crochet after I learned how. I want to say it was a scarf. I don't remember specifically. I think it was a scarf though. It could have been, yeah, I'm not sure. I think it was a scarf. We're talking almost 3 years ago. I had a lot of trial and error when I started out, let me tell you. So it was either a scarf or a hat that I crocheted. Do I know how to knit? And if not, do I have a desire to learn? So I do not know how to knit with knitting needles. However, I knit on knitting looms. I love to loom knit. That was actually what I started my fiber arts journey in, was loom knitting. Do I have a desire to learn with knitting needles? Absolutely. I just need to figure out how to hold them without dropping them or flinging them across the room. So if you have some good tutorials out there for beginning knitting, let me know. I'm interested. That could be on 2026 plates. So, yeah. So that is that. All right. Favorite time or times in the day that I like to crochet or craft. I don't really have a favorite time. I like to kind of crochet, I guess you could say, well, I guess at night when everybody's gone to bed, the house is a little quiet and I can just come in here and sneak away. Now that I have my own space to crochet, it's kind of nice to be able to just sink away in here for, you know, even a couple of minutes, throw a couple of stitches on. I've found myself coming in here more and more, like when my husband and I talk at night. We'll talk on video chat and I'll sit here and crochet and he'll be doing his schoolwork or whatever, and we just talk about life and the days, and you know, so that's been working out a lot. Sometimes early in the morning is nice too, like I did this morning. I just came in here and gosh, it's getting darker out there. It is so beautiful. I wish you guys could see this with me. Yeah, so just depends on what's going on in that day. Some days I don't get to crochet at all, and I try to make up for it the next day. So early morning, well, mid-morning to late at night, like probably about 9, 10, or 11 o'clock at night. So that, I think, answers all of the rest of the questions that are on the Q&A that you guys asked me to answer. And then one other thing I wanted to address were these big bags that I use, these 2.5 gallon bags. You can buy those in your regular storage bag section of your grocery store or department, Target, Walmart, whatever. And you get 10 of them for just about $4. That's a good deal. I tried buying the ones from Dollar Tree because Dollar Tree has them, or sometimes has them, the same ones, the Glade or Glad, whatever it's called. Anyways, that's not as good of a deal as like Walmart, or I found Walmart to be the cheapest. I get, like I said, I get 10 for right around $3.73 plus tax. So, not that bad of a deal, and they work. I like using them also to keep crochet projects in. Yeah, I don't know. I'm at a loss where my stuff is at. Everything is just such a mess right now. But yeah, so that's the end of the Q&A. I was able to get this into 2 videos. Thank you so much for joining me on this Q&A session. If you still have questions that I didn't answer, ask them, and I'll set up to do another Q&A video. So again, I don't know what tomorrow is going to entail. I might just do a couple of short videos over the next couple of days. Like I said, my husband's on his way. He'll be here sometime this evening. So I was just handed a rubbery frog. A rubbery frog just has made its way. These are like, they're sensory type toys. We found that at Walmart yesterday when I went to go get my cold medicine. So I'm not going to say no to sensory toys. But anyways, all right, I better get going. You're not supposed to be in that. Oh, little stinker. Anyways. Oh my gosh. Yep, I'm going to just sit here. I might crochet some more. And then I got to go clean some stuff up in my garage. But I need to get going because that was my husband calling me. If you heard my phone ring, he's probably telling me he's on the road. So, all right, I need to go. I need to call him back. Love, hugs, and prayers to you all. I'll be back tomorrow with something, okay? All right, stay safe, friends, and I'll see you in the